Japanese bombs are falling dangerously closer to these shores. When the siren wails, the man in the street must know what to expect, how to deal with situations as they arise. We may have ample warnings of an impending raid, or we may have to face one at very short notice. Be prepared for either eventuality. Attack from the sky may probably come from fragmentation, high explosive, or incendiary bombs. The thin-shelled fragmentation or anti-personnel bomb explodes on contact with the earth. Fragments fly up to 3/4 of a mile. A slit trench affords adequate protection from a very close explosion of one of these bombs, but a man standing a good distance away is an easy target. This is the high explosive or demolition type bomb. Its wind blast near the point of explosion is equal to wind blowing at 4,500 miles an hour. The bomb bursts. The blast shatters the front of the house. The back blast or the suction also damages the building. The terrific blast smashes down obstacles in its way. An important point is that the people who chose an inside refuge room, putting 2 or more brick walls between themselves and the street, are unharmed. Doorways and windows can be protected by brick traverse walls or reinforced concrete walls. But this is not within reach of most pockets. Sandbags provide excellent protection. Sand will cost you hardly anything. The correct way of making a sandbag wall is to fill the bag this way. Don't overfill it. The bags should be laid in this fashion, with the ends in alternate directions. An average sandbag wall has a width of 2 feet 6 inches. Note it is thicker at the base. If bags are not available, there are other methods you can use. Loose earth or shingle held together by supports on both sides is a cheap and effective method. Protect yourself from glass splinters by pasting muslin or other cotton stuff on your windows. Wire mesh on a frame left unattached at the bottom will hold flying glass. A firmly fixed frame will be blown out completely. The civilian will mainly have to tackle incendiary bombs. This cross-section of the incendiary bomb shows a small explosive charge introduced to scatter the incendiary material inside the bomb. The Japanese phosphorus bomb is most likely to be used against this country. Phosphorus rubber pellets about 1 inch in size may be scattered by hundreds over an area of 50 to 60 yards, and these ignite either on explosion or after. The best method of attacking these pellets is to cover them with wet sand or to extinguish them with water from a stirrup pump, and then carefully remove them in water to a safe place where they can be allowed to burn themselves out. Be careful to make a thorough search for stray pellets. Remember, phosphorus burns when dry, so don't allow these pellets to get dry. Also remember never to touch these pellets with bare hands. A 5% solution of copper sulfate is very effective against phosphorus burns. Even in times of peace, fire can be very destructive and cause a lot of confusion and panic. In war, incendiary bombs are used as a method of warfare to create panic, not only against armed forces, but against civil life. Another type of bomb, the magnesium type, bursting before it can be dealt with, presents new problems. A number of small fires will be started, and because of the explosion, fragments of white-hot metal are thrown up to 30 feet. When this occurs, put out the fire first and then deal with what remains of the bomb. The stirrup pump has proved by far the most satisfactory way of dealing with the incendiary bomb indoors. Fill your buckets and other water vessels. He is putting out the fire first and leaving the bomb alone for the time being. Remember, always tackle the fire first. The nozzle can produce both a jet and a fine spray. Use the jet to put out fires because it has a striking force which the spray has not. You can attack the bomb with a fine spray. Get a stirrup pump and practice now. Remember, practice is essential. You may be called upon to effect rescues from buildings. Nearest the wall is the strongest part of the staircase. Never stand upright in a smoke-filled room. There is always a little fresh air near the floor. The strongest part of a burning floor is near the walls. Do not open doors quickly. You may get a gust of flames in your face. Open the door cautiously. The inrush of air from a wide open door intensifies the fire. How can one man, or a woman for that matter, handle a heavy unconscious patient? Here is how it's done, and a handy tip it is. Coming down the staircase, support the head of the patient in the crook of your arm. Try to keep the body straight and let it slide down by itself, without bumps. A chair makes an excellent improvised stretcher and submits the patient to the least possible stress under emergency conditions. The salient points of lesson number 3. When you hear the siren, take cover. Protect your refuge room against blast. Have firefighting appliances ready. Train your household in their use. Practice rescue methods. Remember, panic breeds panic. When the danger is over and the raider's past is sounded, that strong, steady note, see to it that it reflects your own high courage and steadfast morale in dangerous conditions.